Welcome back to the Wrestling Federation Empire, also known as Wrestling Empire Federation. Making his way down to the ring is Juvitude Guerrero. He's going to be squaring off against Rey Mysterio Jr. in our opening cruiserweight bout. We are 1 week away from the pay-per-view event, the My Bloody Massacre event that will be taking place 1 week from today. So, Rey Mysterio coming down to the ring. Two great cruiserweight talents going one-on-one in this matchup. In our main event today, we got CM Punk versus Kenny Omega in a first blood match. So we got a lot of build-up up to the pay-per-view. Rey Mysterio with the microphone. Juvitude, I'm surprised he even showed up for this match. The result won't be any different tonight. You're as predictable as a book, but easier to put down. Oh, bold words from Rey Mysterio Jr. Maybe we're seeing a little bit of a heel side from him. Today, Mean Gene Okerlund will be the referee, so hopefully we won't get any of those Earl Hebner shenanigans. Oh my god, the camera just imploded. Who would have ever thought that? Rey Mysterio with inside cradle. One. Only a one count there. Wasn't able to get the whole thing. Alright, series of strikes by Rey Mysterio Jr. Juvitude not able to block any of those. Rey Mysterio with a monkey flip, and poor Mean Gene takes a spill, getting a little too close to action. Rey Mysterio with a front drop kick there. Alright, what's Mysterio going to do? Up. Juvitude Guerrero reverses with a Greco-Roman takedown. Tries to go for a moonsault. Wasn't able to get all of that. Rey Mysterio with yet again another monkey flip. I guess if it's not broke, don't fix it, right, folks? Rey Mysterio with serious strikes to the ground. Juvitude Guerrero too hot in the kitchen, so he's getting out of there. Rey Mysterio with a flying senton. Oh my god, did you see that, guys? Oh man, high-risk maneuver. Mysterio doesn't seem to be... He's getting a little gassed out there. Maybe burning through too much energy, perhaps. Mean Gene already starting the count. Looks like Mysterio is trying to get him positioned towards the tier. Front dropkick kicks him right into the chair. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, the humanity. I see some blood already spilled here. Mysterio, very smart, breaks the referee count. Or we would assume he's breaking the count, but that's a weird rule there in the Empire. We're going to have to look into why that count is continuing here. All right. Mysterio grappling, tied up right now with Juvitude. What is he going to do here? He looks like he's going to just ignore the table completely. And the competitors get back inside the ring. That's where we like to see the action. Mysterio with a spear, and then it looks like he was going to punch him in the face, but he decided not to. Mysterio in the back. Neck breaker by Rey Mysterio Jr. Do you hear these fans? They're going wild for this matchup. Side suplex by Rey Mysterio Jr. Juvitude not looking very good right now in this matchup. Rey Mysterio possibly sizing him up. Oh, Juvitude with a kick to the gut. That looked very close to a low blow, in my opinion. Rey Mysterio going to the top rope. What is he going to do here? Mysterio was not able to connect with that high-risk maneuver. Very, very, very shocking to see Mysterio try to connect from so far away. Mysterio with a tornado DDT. Juvitude bleeding profusely at this point. This is all but over at this point. Mysterio clearly wants to add insult to injury. That was a flying Phoenix Smash into a neck breaker now. Mysterio is really feeling it here. Mysterio with the code breaker into a triangle submission maneuver. I have not seen Rey Mysterio do that ever before. That is quite interesting. He's trying out some new tricks, but was not able to secure the submission. Too close to the ring, or ring rope, as I should say, perhaps. Mean Gene throwing the microphone out. He wants this contested the right way. Mysterio with a sit-out powerbomb. Very, very good. Very, very good counter there. Juvitude with the flying scissor. Wasn't able to connect all the way with that, though. Rey Mysterio inside cradle. Can he get the pinfall? 1, 2. Nope. Was not able to secure the pinfall there. All right. Series of strikes. Mysterio with a takedown there. Mysterio possibly going for submission maneuver. Nope. Mysterio with Snapdragon suplex. Wasn't able to get all of it. Looked like he was trying to hold him for the pinfall there. Both competitors very exhausted at this point. A lot of high-flying action in our opening bout here, Cruiserweight. Mysterio with a sit-down move is an interesting maneuver. Maybe a sit-down senton, we could call that, perhaps. Juvitude looking very, very tired at this point. Rey Mysterio with gut-wrench suplex. Rey Mysterio slides him up. Side suplex. At this point, Mysterio should just pin him and get this over with. Don't know what he's trying to prove here. Side suplex again. Juvitude Guerrero really not amounting any offense at this point. Rey Mysterio with a takedown. It looked like he was trying to go for armbar submission, but wasn't able to hold on there. Obviously, competitors sweaty at this point. Oh! Juvitude Guerrero with a bulldog. Rey Mysterio bounces right back from that one and literally pounces on his opponent. Rey Mysterio trying to go for high risk. Chose not to at this point. Another headlock takedown. Looks like both of them tripped. That's a botch if I've ever seen one. Rey Mysterio. Tornado DDT again. You could hear the bones cracking at this point. Only 5 minutes left in this matchup. There is a 10-minute time limit. Rey Mysterio to the top rope. Rey Mysterio with another sit-down senton. Going for the pinfall. 1, 2. No, was not able to get the free count there. Juvitude got a little bit of energy left, apparently. Test of strength by both competitors at this point. Who will win this one? Rey Mysterio clearly wins it. There's 5 minutes left in this matchup. 10-minute time limit to start our opening bout. Juvitude Guerrero countered lovely with a chokeslam. Never seen a small guy hit a chokeslam before, but hey, that's some of the action and unpredictability of the Wrestling Empire Federation. Mysterio going for a Northern Light suplex. One is able to hold on to that for a free count. Juvitude Guerrero a takedown. Head scissor takedown, I would say. Mysterio with another tornado DDT. Looks like he's trying to end this man's career at this point. Juvitude clearly worse to wear at this point. Juvitude can't even stand up at this point. What's Mysterio going to do here? Mysterio tried for her Hurricanrana. Juvitude countered with a pile driver, but Rey Mysterio now countered with a monkey flip. A lot of action, a lot of reversals. Mysterio with the Hurricanrana. Can he secure the free count here? And he does. Rey Mysterio Jr. wins our opening bout. That was a great cruiserweight matchup. I'd love to see more of that in the future. All right. Last man standing match. Hardcore rules obviously apply here. Making his way down to the ring is Okada from Weekend Warriors. Will he make its reign today in the Wrestling Empire Federation? Okada making his debut. Also making his debut today is none other than Jon Moxley. Moxley looking really, really good in this opening bout. Looks like he's trimmed down on the pounds and got some muscle mass there. Looks like Moxley. Does Moxley have a microphone in his hand? He does. What's Moxley got to say here? Oh, it's Mean Gene. You haven't got the right attitude to be a champion. That title belongs to somebody who respects this business. Well, the good thing about being a high-flying champ is that I've raised the bar so high that you can't reach it. Oh, looks like there's a feud between Mean Gene and Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley starting off fast. Close the line. And he just hit him with a German suplex. The only way to win this match is to incapacitate your opponent for a 10 count. Okada with a takedown into a sleeper hold. Got Moxley in the center of the ring. What will happen here? Will Moxley pass out from the blood rushing to his head? Looks like Moxley is standing at his feet. Moxley is able to reverse there. Moxley in behind. Side suplex by Jon Moxley. Mean Gene with a chair in hand. Looks like maybe he's trying to get in on this action. Moxley's going to have to be careful that Mean Gene doesn't try to screw him over. Moxley with a schoolboy. Don't know what he was going for there. There are no pinfalls in the last man standing. Moxley with a series of strikes to Okada, who's grounded right now. Looks like Moxley's trying to get some of his MMA background going on here. Another headlock takedown. Or a snapmare. Moxley with the chair. He took it from Mean Gene. Maybe Mean Gene's trying to motivate perhaps Moxley here. Moxley with a series of chair strikes. Okada rolls out to the wing smartly. Baseball slide by Jon Moxley. What's going to go on here? Moxley tied up. Scoop slam by Jon Moxley. Moxley setting him up for an over-the-head belly-to-back suplex. Moxley busting out a lot of moves we haven't seen from him before. Side suplex by Jon Moxley. Moxley. They're definitely in control of this one. Belly-to-back suplex once again. Jon Moxley really feeling it at this point. What's he going to do here? Moxley with the stunner. That's a new one. I expected the paradigm shift, but no, Jon Moxley, just when you think you have him all figured out, he changes the game. Moxley with another stunner. Okada clearly down. Mean Gene already starting his count. Will this be all that she wrote for Okada? Nope. Okada slowly rising to his feet, but he has to beat the 10 count if he wants to win. All right. What's Okada going to do here? Okada mustering strength to get back up. Jon Moxley with a hip toss. Jon Moxley from behind again. Switches over. Over the head, belly to back suplex outside the ring. All the humanity, folks. That's a human being, by God. Moxley trying to go for a Macho Man elbow smash. Clearly did not get the elbow drive down. Flying elbow didn't work. Moxley throws Okada over the gate. Now they're spilled out into the fans. This action is getting very intense at this point. Cameraman having trouble trying to follow them. Looks like Jon Moxley hit him with a gut-wrench suplex on that concrete. Looks like he's trying to end Okada's career. Moxley with a German suplex outside. Okada looks very weak at this point. This could be all but over at this point, folks. Moxley German suplex on the table. Oh, my goodness. What's he going to do here? Looks like Moxley's setting him up to put him through the announcer's table. Will he get all of it, though? Moxley trying to go for a pile driver, but Okada counters smartly. It looks like Mean Gene's trying to get in on this action, too. Moxley trying for the pile driver again, but the table implodes on both of them. That was clearly a botch. That was not how Moxley had envisioned it. Clearly, Moxley, furious with himself, grabs the chair to try to subdue Okada. Okada with the flying body. What's going to happen next here? Moxley with another side suplex. Moxley with a spear. This is all but over at this point. Okada looking very weak at this point. Moxley with a submission maneuver. It looks like his infamous bulldog chokehold that he's been using as of late. He lets go of it, though. Clearly didn't think he was able to pass out. Okada, smart reversal there. German suplex of his own. Can he amount some offense right now? He's very low on stamina, it seems. Okada was rolled back into the ring, but rolls right back out. Moxley trying for a flying maneuver, but clearly is not a cruiserweight, so I don't know what he was thinking there. Clearly missed the mark by quite a lot. Okada capitalizing now with a series of strikes. Moxley back up to his feet. Moxley with a grapple. Okada with a side headlock takedown. Moxley trying to fight out of it. Who will win this one? Moxley with a pile driver on the concrete. And the referee begins his count. Will this be all she wrote for Okada? Okada fought valiantly to try to fight the storm that is Jon Moxley, but just hasn't been able to figure him out. Okada slowly stirring. Moxley getting the steel steps. What's he planning here? Oh, he broke the count. He could have been Okada right there. I don't know what he's thinking. German suplex on the steel steps. Moxley clearly not done with Okada just yet. Okada still fighting violently. Referee started his count. And the steel steps imploded. The referee could step in at any point and stop this. Another pile driver to the concrete. That's the second one. That's a human being, by God. What is Moxley thinking? Elbow drop from the barricade. Okada clearly not stirring here. Moxley just took down whoever the heck that was. This is it, folks. Moxley, Jon Moxley has won the last man standing. I don't think we've seen the last of Okada, though, in Wrestling Empire Federation. All right, folks, getting to our double main event. Coming down to the ring is Daniel Bryan. He's going to be going one-on-one with Cody Rhodes. The feud that started all because Cody Rhodes put Jeff Jarrett on the shelf. Daniel Bryan looked up to Jeff Jarrett, clearly a mentor. We had never even thought that those two really talked to each other. Cody Rhodes got a new attitude as of recently. Very heel-like in nature. Don't know what's got it into Cody. Maybe it's been the pressure of all the fame. Maybe it just hasn't been pushed or used right as of late. Clearly, when he lost that AEW championship match, something must have snapped in him. Cody with the mic. You may have won last time, Daniel Bryan, but one win doesn't mean anything in this business. If anything, I need to know what to expect this time, and I won't allow the same thing to happen again. Clearly, Cody upset over the fact that Daniel Bryan had beat him 2 weeks ago. Series of strikes by Cody Rhodes, trying to imitate Daniel Bryan. Hip toss. Cody Rhodes from behind. Switches him over. Cody with a pile driver, dead center in the ring. Almost was able to pile driver him on those table legs. I don't know. Oh, freaking Greco-Roman takedown on those table legs. Clearly, Mean Gene's got to get those out of there. This is not a hardcore matchup. Drop kick by Cody, but Daniel Bryan is able to stand up clearly and get all of it. Short arm clothesline by Cody Rhodes. Cody on top rope. Cross body dive, but Daniel Bryan is able to slip out of the pinfall situation there. Cody Rhodes with a spear, but Daniel Bryan reversed at the last minute. Clearly a DDT there. Cody. What's Cody going to do here? Camel clutch, but way too close to the ropes. Can he pull him away from the ropes? If not, Daniel, looks like he switched into a sleeper hold, but then back to a camel clutch at this point. Will Daniel Bryan tap? The referee is checking on him. Daniel Bryan clearly trying to get to those ring ropes. And he's able to reverse snap mirrors. And another counter. This is a counter fest right now, folks. Cody Rhodes with a neck breaker. Cody Rhodes clearly feeling adrenaline. Crossroads. Crossroads by Cody. So far, so good. Cody Rhodes setting him up. What's he going to do here? Another crossroads on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan not looking worse for wear. Not really being very active in this matchup. Unlike the last matchup. Spoke too soon. Daniel Bryan with a triangle choke, but was not able to hold on to that. Cody was able to slip out there. Cody got Daniel by the legs. I don't know what he's trying to think here. Daniel Bryan with series of strikes was able to break that up. Cody back to his feet, series of strikes. Both competitors clearly were trading blows on that exchange. Daniel Bryan was able to reverse. Cody Rhodes reverses a reverse. Daniel Bryan into a headlock. And Cody was able to reverse with a side suplex. Cody Rhodes count up. Nope, too close to ropes. Daniel Bryan was able to counter that as well. Rope break. Referee calls for the rope break. Flying clothesline by Cody Rhodes. Daniel Bryan, he's dragging him to the center ring. And he's got a spinning toe hold. Variation of spinning toe hold there. Clearly, you usually stand on that one. I don't know. Cody Rhodes trying to change things up. Short arm clothesline. Got the Boston Crab. Looks like he's trying to go for a Walls of Jericho, though. Will he be able to? He has to apply more pressure to the back of the neck of Daniel Bryan if he wants to go for a Walls of Jericho. Spoke too soon. He had him in the Walls of Jericho almost, but is not able to hold on to that one. Daniel Bryan was able to slip out of there. Cody Rhodes with a nurse spear. This time he was able to spear him without a counter. Crowd is going wild for this action. Nurse spinning toe hold. Referee check on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan has sustained a tremendous amount of damage in this matchup. This could be all but over at this point. Mean Gene checking on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan refuses to quit. That's one word in Daniel Bryan's vocabulary that he does not know. It's the word no. All right. Looks like Daniel Bryan running very low on energy. Cody dragging him back to the center of the ring. Looked like he was going to go for another Walls of Jericho. Changed his mind. Cody Rhodes with a sleeper hold. Daniel Bryan was able to reverse with snap mirror. Cody Rhodes. Greco-Roman takedown. Cody Rhodes going to the top rope. Perhaps a top rope maneuver. Oh my goodness, he just did a flying kick off the top rope. Cody Rhodes pulling out all the stops to try to beat Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan reversed with a Hurricanrana. Very, very intriguing matchup we have here, folks. Cody Rhodes with a Bulldog. This has got to be it. Why doesn't Cody go for the cover? I really don't understand this one. Daniel Bryan reverses with snap snoop. Here. Cody Rhodes with a triangle hold. Will he be able to hold on to this to get the submission? No. Daniel Bryan was able to reverse that. Cody Rhodes reverses the reverse. Daniel Bryan reverses into a sunset flip of sorts. Was not able to get the pinfall there. A lot of countering going on by both competitors. Neither competitor clearly wants to lose this one. Cody Rhodes with another Greco takedown. Cody Rhodes to the top rope. Cody Rhodes with a moonsault. Going high risk here. Cody Rhodes drags Daniel Bryan back to the center of the ring. Looks like Daniel Bryan pushes off Cody Rhodes. Still some fight in Daniel Bryan, but how much fight is there? That is the question. Cody Rhodes with a gut-wrench suplex. Daniel Bryan with a headlock takedown, and he holds on for the headlock. Will he get the submission here? Daniel Bryan striking Cody Rhodes' head. Looks like Daniel Bryan clearly getting frustrated at the fact that Cody refuses to submit in this match. Cody Rhodes punched Daniel dead in the center. Daniel Bryan managed to get a headlock takedown, but was not able to hold on to it for submission. Cody trying to grab Daniel for the fruit. Both competitors clearly tired at this point. Daniel Bryan with a armbar. Does he got all of it? Was trying to hyperextend, but there's a rope break. Clearly too close to the ropes. Cody Rhodes with the flying clothesline. Cody Rhodes with a series of strikes. Cody continuing the pummel on Cody Rhodes, down on the ground. Moonsault by Cody Rhodes. Clearly he does not want Daniel Bryan to get up. This has turned into a grudge match. Cody Rhodes center of the ring, going again for a spinning cold hold. Looks like Cody Rhodes is determined to try to get Daniel Bryan to submit, to no avail. Referee clearly checking on Daniel Bryan at this point. Cody Rhodes applying more pressure, but decides to let go. Clearly Daniel Bryan will not quit. Daniel Bryan counters an overhead belly suplex and holds on for a sunset flip. He's not able to get all of that. Cody Rhodes with a back body drop. Cody Rhodes series of strikes to the ground. Cody Rhodes with a neck breaker. This should be it, but what is Cody thinking here? Cody clearly trying to go for more punishment. What will it take to keep Daniel Bryan down at this point? Cody Rhodes hit the moonsault. Cody Rhodes picks up Daniel Bryan. Goes for another short arm clothesline. Cody Rhodes, what is he thinking here? Goes for a spear. Was able to get most of it there. Cody Rhodes with a series of strikes. Daniel Bryan clearly no longer mounting an offense here, so Cody wants to. He could put this all but away at this point. Cody Rhodes to behind. Flips Daniel Bryan over. Gives him a scoop slam. Looks like Cody Rhodes is calling for the crossroads. Will he hit it? No, he hits a dragon snap suplex. That's something we haven't seen. Maybe a code to Kenny Omega, one of his friends from the Elite. Cody Rhodes hits the crossroads, gets all of it this time, and goes for the cover. Will this be it? 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes wins the grudge match. This is clearly far from over at this point between these two. Daniel Bryan clearly tired, may have sustained the injury here. We're going to have to keep you posted on that one. All right, guys, we're in the main event. This is a first blood match. First person to bleed loses. Making his way down to the ring is Kenny Omega. His opponent for the night is none other than CM Punk. Hasn't been taken too kindly to the fans or Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega was trying to play face on that last matchup between these two. Punk trying to look for a bit of measure of revenge here. CM Punk clearly looks very, very angry. Took a time away from the wrestling ring to pursue our options. Had lost the smile. Seems like maybe he's perhaps trying to find it again. Clearly does not like these fans, though. CM Punk with the mic. You're a long way from home, Kenny Omega. You should have stayed at Strong Style Wrestling. Bold words by Punk. You may have been a big fish in that small pond, but Hollywood is too tough for a loser like you. Punk clearly citing his acting career, which did not really go very well, to my knowledge. So, Punk claiming that this is his yard. Even Mean Gene had enough, threw the chair at him. Kenny Omega recalls not signing with Punk, but Stephanie McMahon. Well, Stephanie McMahon can't protect you once you step in the ring, so you better watch your attitude. Clearly, Punk has no love for Stephanie McMahon, so no love lost there. Punk with a flying clothesline, but Kenny Omega just stands there, series of strikes. Kenny Omega hits him with the microphone and then tries for a soup slam, but Punk is able to reverse that. Punk with a short arm clothesline. Punk with a series of strikes down to the ground. Keep in mind, Punk had been training in MMA, another failed endeavor by CM Punk. He wasn't able to even amount some success there, so failed MMA career, failed acting career. Maybe he's hoping to revitalize his wrestling career. Punk with a neck breaker on the chair. That's going to definitely impair Kenny Omega. Another short arm clothesline. What's this? Punk is already calling for a GTS, trying to put this match away early. Punk hits a GTS. Punk picks up Kenny Omega again. Kenny Omega hit with another GTS. Clearly that steel chair took Kenny Omega. What's this? Kenny Omega's bleeding at this point. Punk hits him over the head with a chair. Referee checks and it's over already. CM Punk is able to squash Kenny Omega. Clearly these two will have to settle their feud at the pay-per-view. Thanks for watching Wrestling Empire Federation.